Hi everybody, I'm Hayden Crawford from numerologist.com, and today I'm going to be revealing 13 incredible traits of the crystal children. Okay, so the first crystal children started incarnating on this planet around about the year 1990. Now this was predominantly because the vibrational frequency of the Earth's energy grid had raised significantly enough for it to be able to support them during their mission. Now, the crystals incarnated after the Indigos, so I'm a beta generation Indigo and came in around about 1972, but they came in later, so they came in around about 1990 all the way up until 2010 and actually beyond that as well. But they also came in before the rainbows. Now remember, we spoke about the rainbow children a few weeks ago. So that's kind of where they sit in this kind of evolutionary scale. Now, they came in with exceptional talents as crystals, or they came in as indigos like me and developed and sort of enhanced their skills and became crystals as time went on in their lifetime. So they also really didn't want to follow the norm. So the crystals don't like following procedure, protocols, or anything like that. They like to fulfill their heart's desires and find purpose within their lifetime and help to raise the vibrational frequency of the planet, rather than accumulating material possessions and following that old paradigm. So a difficult temperament is an easily identifiable trait of indigos. And that's because their purpose really was to break social norms and kind of escape the confines of the establishment. However, the crystals actually have a much more subtle and discreet way of being able to manifest change on this planet. Now, they are equally as passionate as indigos to be able to make these changes, but they really want to do this in their own much more gentle way. Their mission is to explore and reveal our inner and our higher powers and purpose, and they function as a group collective consciousness rather than as an individual, and their ideology is of global oneness. Now, they are firm advocates of love and peace, and they're born into the golden ray, which is all about clairvoyance and healing. They actually come in on the 6th dimensional frequency and have the ability to rapidly evolve onto the 9th, which is this consciousness of Christ. So what are the 13 characteristics of a crystal? Well, number 1 is that they are soulful and fearless. They can be instantly recognized by their large, clear, soulful eyes, and they emanate a lot of love. You can almost fall into the depths of their wisdom, and along with the rainbows and the indigos, they can be described as being old souls. Now, they also don't buy into that whole illusionary myth of fear, and so they won't allow it to control them, so that they will, bypass all of that and just get on with their soul's mission. Number 2 is that they are loving and compassionate. Now, these children are extremely affectionate, and they like to bring peace, support and nurturing to those around them. Now, they are very non-judgmental, and they are born with this incredible ability to forgive from a very, very young age. Now, because of this, they can attract in people who want to take a little bit here and a little bit there, but they're very shrewd to this and they don't allow that to happen. Now, they're easy to connect with, they're fun to be around, and they are the sort of people really that have very open hearts, and they just want to give, but at the same time, they're not stupid. They will know when to draw the line. Number 3 is that they're sensitive and psychic. Their superpower is their ability to be able to immediately see when somebody is lying. They can feel it in their gut. And it's because they don't lie themselves. They just get baffled when someone tells a little white lie or a whopping great big black lie. They are also telepathic and clairsentient, which is the ability to be able to receive information from objects. But they also, they can almost read people's minds, and they hope that people can't read them as well. So they do have to learn to protect themselves. That's really quite key for them. Now, they're very sensitive to other people's emotions, but also to sounds and colours. They're influenced by that. So, as they evolve into adulthood, they really do need to learn some protection mantras to be able to help them out. Now, as they evolve, they also are attracted into the healing professions, or they become light workers. Number 4 is that they are nature lovers. They're passionate about wildlife and love animals and wouldn't even harm the smallest little insect. It's not what makes them roll. Now, they make fantastic pet owners and connect very easily with our four-legged friends. And they're often drawn to vegetarianism because of their love of animals. Now, they will sometimes eat white meat, but won't touch red meat. It's not the sort of thing that they like. They don't want to be cooped up indoors either. They'd far rather be kind of lost in their imagination as they wander through the trees or by the ocean. Number 5 is that they are autistic and telepathic. Now, many crystal children have mild autism or Asperger's syndrome. Now, this can be a misdiagnosis though, because as they get older, it can improve dramatically. Now, because they can understand how each other feel, they can communicate telepathically, and a lot of them can actually sing before they can speak. And some don't even utter a word until, a few years into their lives. So they might be like 3 or 4 years old before they even utter a word, and that's because they assume that all people communicate telepathically. Number 6 is that they have an opalescent aura. Now, crystal kids are named because of the general look and appearance of their energy field, which is, a beautiful hue due to their high vibrational state. So the Indigos had a beautiful kind of indigo blue aura, and that was very symbolic of their clairvoyance and their intuition. The rainbows have this beautiful rainbow coloured aura, and that's very much about their connection to divinity and sense of balance. And the crystal kids have got this beautiful, almost opalescent auric field, which is about high magic, and it's kind of outside of the normal optical range of colours that human beings can perceive. Number 7 is that they need time alone. Now, because they are so sensitive, they can get very overwhelmed. So because of this, they need to spend a lot of time by themselves to replenish and recharge, and actually need as much time as adults, which is actually quite rare for these youngsters. Now, they also can't be around large crowds of people because they can kind of feel the energy pulsating off all of these beings, and it affects the way that they feel and depletes them quite quickly. So they can only spend a little bit of time in those types of harsh environments. Number 8 is that they are environmentally aware. Now, today's pollution levels are of great concern to the crystal kids. They can't understand why so much plastic ends up in the ocean and why the ozone layer is depleting so rapidly. They can see the fatal errors that the world governments are creating by kind of leading their economies so badly and having all of these really outdated procedures in place of being able to manage waste. It really is deeply concerning for them, but somehow, they've been able to find a way to accept it, but they want to bring about change. Number 9 is that they are private and introspective. Now, the crystals prefer to keep their opinions, values, and beliefs to themselves because they feel that others won't fully understand how they believe that the world should be operating. Now, they're from the future, so they are literally streets ahead of everybody else. And for them, it's essential that they retain their wisdom until the time feels right for them to be able to share it. Number 10 is that they are fun-loving and affectionate. Now, the crystals love the company of like-minded people, but are very cautious about who they allow into their social circles because they're quite vulnerable. Sometimes they can attract bullies. Now, because they are empaths, sometimes they empathize with the bullies, which, really isn't a great thing. So they have to be very, very, very mindful of who they trust and allow into their immediate environments. Now, they are also very affectionate, so they love tactileness, they love to be hugged, and they love body contact, and they like to hang out with their friends in a relaxed way or be stimulated via conversations. They really have to find you interesting and for you to be on the same wavelength and frequency for you to be able to become close to them. Number 11 is that they have digestive reactions. So the crystals have very sensitive stomachs, and they can be prone to allergic reactions or chemical sensitivities within the foods that they consume. So they actually do know exactly what to put in to be able to maintain balance and harmony within their bodies. So they do tend to lean towards vegetarianism, as I mentioned earlier. So if you know a crystal and they are addicted to sugar or fats or junk food, carbs in any way, just a simple tweak of their diet can really bring about a radical change within their wellness. Number 12 is that they are crystal lovers. Funnily enough, the crystals love crystals and they intuitively understand them. So they feel the vibration from each one and they're able to position them around their houses and even use them within their energy practices if they are running a wellness business. And finally, number 13 is that they choose dysfunctional homes. So unlike the rainbow children that incarnate into very functional families, the crystals don't. And this is because they have the ability to overcome karma exceptionally quickly. So they make that choice before they come in of which family that they are going to learn their lessons from. Now, the crystals, even as children, find it difficult being around other children if their vibrations and their frequency don't match, and they'll quickly go back to their parents and they will then be able to replenish and restore. As humanity is evolving, more and more of these precious, caring, sensitive and intuitive beings are coming in to be able to help raise the vibration of the planet into the golden age of Aquarius. There's lots that you can do to inspire positive change during this process by supporting these crystal beings, whether they are within your family or not. Do you feel like you've got one within your own family, or maybe you're one yourself? Leave a few comments below to let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.